as humanity continues to grow at a staggering rate. The resources needed to feed the global population are becoming ever scarcer. Experts warn a single meal requires over 200 gallons of water and a loss of roughly 22 pounds of topsoil, and food production must double within the next 50 years to meet the world's needs. This is according to Julian Cribb, author of Surviving the 21st Century, who warns that humans must reinvent the way we get our food or risk famine, war, and mass migration. Cribb revealed the grim predictions during an international soil science conference in Queenstown, New Zealand today. His book, Surviving the 21st Century, presents evidence for the 10 greatest threats to humanity and the ways we can combat them. It's published by leading science publisher Springer International. 10 kilos of topsoil, 800 liters of water, 1.3 liters of diesel, 0.03 g of pesticide and 3.5 kilos of carbon dioxide. That's what it takes to deliver one meal for just one person, says Cribb. When you multiply it by 7 to 10 billion people each eating around 1,000 meals a year, you can see why food is fast becoming the challenge of our age. The human jawbone is now by far the most destructive implement on the planet. It's wrecking soil and water, clearing forests, emptying oceans of fish and destroying wildlife as never before, but fewer people realize it because of long industrial food chains that hide the damage from them. According to Cribb, the world is currently losing roughly 75 billion tons of soil each year, and the problem is getting worse. In the last 40 years alone, it's thought that we've lost a third of the world's soil. The author also points to water shortage as a looming threat, with a recent study from the UN warning that global water demand could exceed supply by 40% by the 2030s. Governments and consumers fail to grasp that scarcities of soil, water, oil, nutrients, technology, fish, and finance are now acting in sync and are being amplified by climate shocks, Cribb said. Together they pose a major threat to world food security and to world peace. These are the drivers of dramatic change in what and how the world eats, where it comes from, and how it is produced. Cribb says the next few decades will bring a boom in local food production, including cultivation of new crops, recycling of water and nutrients in cities, urban agriculture, the use of soil microbial activity, and carbon farming. Along with this, he says there will be a rise in soil-less aquaponics systems and biocultures, protected cropping, and algae farming to prevent negative effects on the climate and the risk of famine in megacities. He says food production will largely have to move indoors and into the cities through these methods. All this sounds like a big threat, and it is, but only if we are unprepared for it, Cribb said. Reinventing food will in fact create vast new industries, jobs, and opportunities for communities around the world, and the smart ones will be leaders in this, the age of food. Furthermore, by transferring the bulk of food production to cities, we can reverse the sixth extinction by rewilding up to 24 million sqkms of the planet under the wise stewardship of farmers and indigenous peoples. Food is one of the most creative acts which humans perform. How well we do it will define the future of our civilization.